Are you nothing or are you everything? The whole point of the path is to realize there is no self, that nothing you see or you touch is you, or is the other way around. Is to realize that everything is you, and you are everything, and you are God, and God is absolute, and the presence of God is the only thing that there is. Who's right? Well, both are right. Right in the sense that they are pointers, they are not the truth. They are just suggesting you a line of action. Hopefully, by putting them into practice, you will realize something else that you didn't completely imagine when you started that trip into yourself. So on one side, you have Neti Neti in Advaita Vedanta, or the impermanence in Buddhism, or the no self. All of them pointing to the removing layers from your experience. I'm not this, I'm not that, or realizing that everything that it comes and goes is impermanent, and therefore it can't be true. It can't be the truth. What is reality should be permanent. Otherwise, it doesn't exist. Otherwise, it's an illusion. Or there's still some layer underneath it that creates it and decreates it. Or, on the other hand, you have all this, I am everything, everything is me. But that can lead to godlike kind of thoughts, like the law of attraction sometimes, and certain sense of guilt out of responsibility of everything that happens in the world. I mean, there's a lot of ways both of these paths could go wrong. But I want to point something very practical that I realized over practicing these techniques for a very long time, that I think is crucial, and I really hope this helps your practice and your understanding. That in both cases, what they're really trying to do, what they're really trying to get you to do, is that there is a frontier between what you think is you and what you think is not you. And both, by positive or negative, they are trying to break it. There is a sense that I am this body. This is my mind, this is my emotions, and then there is the world that is something that has nothing to do with me. Well, the point is not to say I'm nothing or I am everything. Both of them are sort of right, because they're just words. The important thing is to dismantle this self-made division between you and the world. And you can do it negatively or positively. You do it negatively by tearing down every aspect of your experience by noticing their impermanence and their lack of substance. And to the point, if you do that for a long time, you realize that everything is just a fleeting ghost-like experience. Even the most solid things we experience are like quantum physics. You start noticing that they are just anything. There's no lines around them. On the other hand, many people, let's say, for example, in Advaita Vedanta especially, they have this standpoint of awareness, which is a bit of a riddle, because it's not really anything you could talk about. So sometimes we solidify it as a concept. Oh yeah, I am awareness. I am beyond the world. But does that really help? It does help to separate your awareness from the experience. But if it's non-duality, that shouldn't be really the goal, right? To separate awareness from the experience. But the reason why it works is because it's actually blurring, is dissolving the line between your belief that you are your body and your mind and the rest of the world. So it does in a negative way. It helps you understand your mind and your body also as fleeting experiences, like anything outside, that you, just because of the fact of that people come and go and things come and go in your life, you have an idea, okay, this is not me, but my body, my mind are always there, so it is me. They just bring it a little deeper and say, yeah, but your body is also a fleeting experience. So by the same logic, at some point you realize that everything is the same. Funny story. That's exactly the same point that in the other way around you're trying to do by a more active ways, by more embracing ways of the world, like trying to be positive, loving, caring, compassionate, all these efforts on actually taking action on the world to do something about what it looks, something you can do to make things better. So not just sitting on a meditation, but also go out and help out other people or do something that you think it could be better. Not just sitting in there and just hoping that God gives you everything, but also just embracing everything as yourself in a practical level and caring about everything as if it was your own body. You see, both of them are doing the same. The negative and the positive sides are just blurring your sense of your consciousness being trapped in a body and a mind and the rest of the world. You could do it by embracing the world, or you can do it by disembracing your body and your mind. But you're ultimately doing the same thing. There is no distinction, not even between awareness and appearances. It's just riddles. The important thing is that you actually surrender your mind to it and just for a second, just stop. Hopefully one of these riddles stops your mind long enough to realize that you are already what you're looking for. To stop worrying, to stop suffering, to stop being so stressed or incomplete, trying to look for a future that completes you. Just rest in, not just resting in awareness, just resting. You don't even need to rest in awareness. Are you gonna set yourself into awareness, or can you rest in anything else? So just rest. By resting just means like don't reinforce ideas in your mind and just look for the truth to be revealed by no overimposing, by not giving partial attention to things, but just embracing everything as it is.